Okay, so the Secret Service just dropped a recruitment ad to be played at the Super Bowl. You need to watch it, and we need to talk about it.
America was founded on an idea of freedom. America's always stepped forward in time of need throughout our short but powerful history.
Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. Tear down this wall.
We've been there for all of it.
The second plane hit the tower.
Our heroes are humble. They have an inner pride to keep this idea alive. Protectors are born, they're not made. America's Secret Service protecting this Super Bowl is asking a few more to step forward.
Of course, they need to start this video off with the Freemasonic hidden hand sign, as you can see right here, which literally hundreds of individuals have shown. Again, you can go down this rabbit hole on your own, but again, of course, they are going to open this video up with this right here, also with Abraham Lincoln, which, as we know, his life ended by an assassination. So what we just saw with this 1-minute recruitment advertisement that will be played for the Secret Service at the Super Bowl had Abraham Lincoln, who was assassinated. It had 9/11. It had Reagan, who had an assassination attempt. It had the Apollo, remember, if you guys watch my videos, the Apollo mission going to the moon, okay? And also what happened on July 13th with the assassination attempt on Donald Trump. So they clearly jam-packed as much propaganda as they could with a 1-minute video because they want to recruit new people to the Secret Service and also to the Army and military. What we're going to see today at the Super Bowl will be so much patriotism, so much Army, pumping up, because in my opinion, what we are witnessing right now, guys, for anybody who has looked into what the occult tried to bring about, they want to bring about World War III, like Albert Pike's 3 World War prophecy. Again, whether he wrote that or not, there's confusion on whether he wrote that or some Jesuit Catholic, priest wrote it, cardinal, whatever. But either way, for those who know about that Albert Pike's 3 World War prophecy, the Third World War would take place where you had Christianity versus Islam, that they would destroy each other, and then from that you would have the ashes that they would then birth the New World Order, which will be Luciferianism, which will be the Antichrist, that will rule and reign and people will worship. Okay, this is what they are trying to push. But what I'm seeing right now, I just got to get this out. I'm not going to make a whole bunch of edits here, just need to talk. We are witnessing the rise of Christian nationalism, as we see right here, with Trump signed an executive order to establish a White House faith office, which he ironically placed a heretical woman as the head pastor over this group. And then we see right here this big prayer session over him, which in my opinion, we are witnessing the rise of the harlot of Revelation chapter 17, which is false religion, which again I find extremely ironic and poetic that he places a heretical woman pastor over this group who has the name Cain in her name. Okay, so again, just trying to point out a weird coincidence, but I find this ironic. Now again, for those who do not know, Revelation chapter 17, the harlot is this woman who sits on many waters, with whom the kings of the earth commit fornication with, which is spiritual idolatry, and the inhabitants of the earth were made drunk with the wine of her fornication. We can see right here how this woman was sitting on the scarlet beast, which in my opinion right here, I believe this guy is backed by the beast spirit. I'm not saying that he is the guy, but he is for sure ushering in that agenda, that system, and what's around him, what is riding him, this false religion, the harlot. Now, with that being said, let me make it clear. The harlot is any false religion. So Islam is also under the harlot. Mormonism, Hinduism, Buddhism, any false religion that makes somebody commit fornication, which is spiritual idolatry, is backed by the harlot. Now, going back to the idea how they want to bring about World War III with Christianity versus Islam, right now we are seeing this build up, in my opinion. We have the threat of Iran assassinating Trump. We have Trump talking about buying Gaza and taking over that land. We have more and more chaos going on with this immigration crisis, right? How we have nation versus nation, kingdom versus kingdom, which in the Greek nation is nationality. So we have this, division between tribes. What I'm witnessing in front of my eyes is the buildup of patriotism and carnal, worldly Christianity that they are going to use, just like they did in 2001, to get World War III kicked off. Because I'm sure if you have watched my videos, you saw when I was talking about that Sarah Adams woman who went on the Sean Ryan show about how in 2025 there's going to be attacks by Al Qaeda and ISIS. So here they come, right? They're coming back with force, and now we have all this propaganda. We see the buildup of religion again, Christianity. Does anybody remember what happened in 2001 after the attacks of 9/11? We had a whole bunch of people going back to church, getting everyone all pumped up to send our children, to send the youth to the Middle East to go to war, right? What are we witnessing right now? The same type of buildup, but we are waiting for that light to, that switch to be turned for some type of an attack to happen, which will then get people pumped up enough to allow the government to do whatever they're going to do, which will then ultimately usher in a new financial system, because back in 2001 we saw a financial crash as well. This one will be the biggest one though, where they are going to then implement a blockchain cryptocurrency technology, which we see with Elon trying to tie in with Doge, which backwards is EGOD. Little side note, but again, trying to put on the treasury with blockchain technology. They want to tokenize everything. Trump wants to make America the AI capital of the world, right? They are trying to bring in that system, but this old system needs to be destroyed. The order out of chaos, the phoenix rising from the ashes. So how are they going to do that? Same thing as they did in 2001. Some type of horrific attack, whether it attacks our power grid, it attacks cities, whatever. Blame it on a country, which we already see who they're trying to blame: Iran, China, Russia, right? Get us into World War III, get everyone all pumped up, going to make it a holy war. We see that over and over again, to then destroy this old world, to then bring in the new, which will be a beast system, which the Antichrist will come to sign a covenant with many, to then bring peace from that chaos, right? I'm just, again, speaking what's on my mind, what I'm witnessing unfold right in front of our eyes, this buildup of patriotism, this buildup of religion again, which it's not true biblical Christianity. Throughout all of history, true biblical Christianity is always the remnant. It's always the small group who stays faithful, detached from this world, not being corrupted by the world, not mixing with the world. We see that early on with church history. The church went apostate pretty early, separating from their Hebrew roots and going towards Gentile, Roman, Hellenized mindsets. It's a side rant, but you see that early on, mixing with the world system. Satan could not persecute the church, so then he had to then infiltrate and mix in with the church, the leaven that creeps into the bread loaf, which is again the parable of the woman mixing her leaven with 3 loaves of bread. That is the harlot mixing her leaven within the 3 branches of Christianity, which is Catholicism, Orthodox, and then Protestantism. All 3 have been soiled through the harlot. Okay, so we need to be on guard of what they are trying to do, what they are trying to implement. Spiritually speaking, we need to look at the overarching agenda. We need to stay in God's word. We need to keep our eyes focused upon him, knowing the schemes of the enemy, that we are under the sway of the evil one down here, in the sense of the world system, that he is the prince of the power of the air, that he has deceived the whole world. And we as children of God, children of light, need to be on guard from any deception and understanding the overarching agenda. So with that, guys, I know that was a lot, trying to get a lot out in 10 minutes here. I'm just trying to present to you what I am witnessing unfold right in front of our eyes. We are going to have to wait and see how everything does unfold, but just be on guard. Be suspicious of whatever narrative they push out. If something does happen, be suspicious, please. Do not just believe it. Do not just take it hook, line, and sinker. Think for yourself. Please think for yourself. God gave you a mind to think. Please think critically. Love you all so much. Keep your eyes focused upon him, for he is the author and the perfecter of your faith. God bless, and remember, the just shall live by faith.